Stormy Daniels has been called a feminist hero and one of the most powerful people in politics, but she's also a book author, director, mainstream film actor, and sometimes Senate candidate. Here's how the Louisiana native went from adult film star to global newsmaker. Don't let her occupation fool you. Stormy Daniels claimed to be quite the intellectual in an interview with Adult DVD Talk. The entertainer chatted about her upbringing and what it was like to attend a magnet school, telling the outlet, "In Louisiana, you actually have to be accepted. You have to have a certain grade point average or they kick you out." Thankfully, that wasn't a problem for her. She told Adult DVD Talk, "I also graduated in the top 10% in the country of all high school students, and I had several college acceptances." Speaking to the New York Times in 2018, she admitted that she felt as though she didn't really stand out in school, stating, "I wasn't like the popular girl, and I wasn't the jock, and I wasn't the ditz. I don't know. I was just sort of in the middle of the road." Still, her grades made her stand out enough that she claimed that various universities offered her scholarships, including Texas A&M and Mississippi State. However, Daniels had other plans. When she was just 17, Stormy Daniels made the decision to leave her family home behind and move in with her then-boyfriend to embark on a new life. It was then that she made the leap into the adult entertainment business as an exotic dancer. Speaking to the New York Times, Daniels revealed that she was visiting a strip club with a pal when she was encouraged to take to the stage herself. She thought the experience would be terrifying, but instead it turned out to be empowering, Daniels told the newspaper. "There were like 3 people in the club, and I made enough money on 2 songs to make more than I did all week answering phones at the writing stable that I worked at." When Adult DVD Talk asked Daniels if stripping while underage was a mistake, she replied, "For me personally, I don't think it was a mistake because I never took it to a bad place. But I think it is very, very easy for a stripper who is young to take it to a bad place."
It gave me independence, freedom, friends who weren't judgmental.
The job also gave Daniels her stage name. While a Jack Daniels billboard inspired her surname, her first name came from her love for the rock group Motley Crue, whose bassist, Nicki called his daughter Stormy. Most news headlines refer to Stormy Daniels as an adult film star, but she's far more involved in the industry than people give her credit for. The performer signed her acting contract with Wicked Pictures in 2002, and just 2 years later, she was hopping behind the scenes to make her directorial debut. She has since gone on to write screenplays for the company as well. Due to all of her titillating work behind and in front of the camera, she was inducted into the Adult Video News Hall of Fame in 2014, one of the highest honors for those who've achieved great success in the industry. She isn't pigeonholed by the adult film industry either. Throughout her career, Daniels has managed to get involved in other mainstream projects, such as directing music videos and acting in major motion picture films, including The 40-Year-Old Virgin and Knocked Up. In fact, one of her co-stars in those films, Seth Rogen, claimed that she had told him about her alleged affair with Donald Trump long before the claims hit the press.
You worked with Stormy Daniels.
I did work, not in a porno film.
During a 2018 appearance on The Ellen DeGeneres Show, the comedy actor explained that he didn't expect the allegations to do much damage to the businessman-turned-president's reputation. Rogen joked to the host, "At the time, when you ask a porn star who they've been sleeping with and the answer was Donald Trump, it was like the least surprising thing that she could have said." Stormy Daniels shocked her fans when she revealed that she's the mother of a little girl. According to a 2012 interview with the Daily Beast, Daniels and her ex-husband, drummer and part-time adult film star Glendon Crane, didn't think they wanted to have children. After a few months of dating, however, the urge to have a baby kicked in. Her journey to motherhood wasn't easy, Daniels told the outlet. "I had to work really hard and prepare a lot to have a baby because I'm not like a normal mom. I can't work while I'm pregnant. I did 2 years of work in 1 year." All of the planning paid off, and after the birth of their daughter, the former couple settled into quite a normal family life. She told the Daily Beast, "We have this smart, amazing, beautiful daughter that is awesome. The 3 of us go to Gymboree class for music." In 2020, Daniels claimed that somebody broke into her home and attempted to kidnap Caden. Sharing the shocking allegations in a series of posts on Twitter, she claimed that after attempting to report the crime to the police, she was refused access to a detective because she used a valid passport rather than a driver's license for identification. The performer wrote, "I went to the police station and they wouldn't even let me speak to a detective. A child predator has my address and tried to take my kid." In her home state of Louisiana, Stormy Daniels had her eye on a U.S. Senate seat. A website called Draft Stormy was reportedly created by an adoring fan named Zach Hudson, who believed she was the right woman for the job. Maybe Daniels didn't have political aspirations before, but with many of her fans lending their support, she decided to give politics a shot.
And I thought I could make a difference.
but not everyone was happy about her decision to run. A spokesperson for the Louisiana GOP told CNN, "Voters are concerned with real issues that affect their everyday lives and not with political or publicity stunts." While Daniels declared herself a Republican in 2010, she backed out of the race that same year. According to Politico, Daniels said in a statement, "I am not running for the U.S. Senate for the same reason that so many dedicated patriots do not run. I can't afford it." Michael Avenatti became a household name when he represented Stormy Daniels in her defamation lawsuit against Donald Trump. He hit the headlines once again in June 2022 when he was sentenced to 4 years in prison for stealing approximately $300,000 from an $800,000 advance for Daniels' book deal.
How did you feel when Michael Avenatti was convicted?
My initial reaction was high five, yes.
However, that was far from the end of the scandal. In December 2022, while he was serving time for cheating Daniels out of money, CNN reported that Avenatti had been sentenced to a further 14 years in prison after pleading guilty to committing wire fraud against 4 of his clients. He also pleaded guilty to 1 count of obstructing the IRS after allegedly pocketing $5 million in unpaid payroll taxes under the guise of a coffee company. Additionally, he was ordered to pay $11 million in restitution to his victims. Following news of his sentencing, U.S. Attorney Martin Estrada said in a statement published by CNN, "Michael Avenatti was a corrupt lawyer who claimed he was fighting for the little guy. In fact, he only cared about his own selfish interests." In 2023, an old statement made by Stormy Daniels started making the rounds again in relation to Daniels' alleged affair with Donald Trump. As reported by USA Today, conservative commentator Jack Posobiec reshared an official statement from Stormy Daniels from January 30th, 2018, in which she seemingly denied ever having an affair with the former president.
Did you have a sexual relationship with Donald Trump?
While the statement started being widely shared online, Posobiec's post appeared to be lacking some key background details. Crucially, Daniels had already insisted that the statement was a lie, one she allegedly felt forced to sign off on due to a non-disclosure agreement she'd signed. Factcheck.org also described the statement as an old document that Daniels has discussed on multiple occasions, including during her appearance on 60 Minutes. When host Anderson Cooper asked why she had signed it, she told him, "Because they made it sound like I had no choice." Stormy Daniels has faced much criticism throughout her career, but it seems as though the tide might finally be turning. In March 2023, Lauren Leader wrote an opinion piece for Politico in which she posed the question, "Stormy Daniels, feminist hero?" Outlining the impact of the adult film star's refusal to stay silent about her alleged tryst with former President Donald Trump, the writer noted how Daniels had cleared a path for other women involved in political sex scandals to take control of their narratives. Leader wrote, "She's coming out on top, while men involved in the Daniels-Trump scandal have either ended up in jail or are now at risk of being indicted." Trump's former lawyer, Michael Cohen, and Daniels' own attorney, Michael Avenatti, have both been sentenced to prison, while Trump himself was indicted in March 2023. Daniels' decision to speak out about her alleged experiences and not back down in her fight against Trump has seemingly made her an unexpected icon. In March 2023, The Independent even asked, "How did a porn star become one of the most powerful people in politics?" Indeed, thanks to the criminal prosecution case being led against Donald Trump and the alleged evidence against him stemming from her purported hush money, the spotlight was suddenly shining even brighter on Daniels. When Stormy Daniels alleged that she'd been paid hush money by Donald Trump to cover up an affair they'd allegedly had, she likely had no idea what would happen next. Trump was said to have paid Daniels $130,000 ahead of the 2016 election race in an attempt to silence her so as not to negatively impact his presidential campaign. While it has taken several years to come to fruition, in 2023, a New York grand jury indicted the former president for allegedly declaring the payment as a business expense. While the payment was legal, falsifying business records is not, at least not in New York, which means that Trump allegedly authorizing the payment landed him in hot water. The former president is also facing accusations that he mishandled classified documents during his time as president, as well as additional legal challenges concerning the role he played in the 2021 Capitol riots and his efforts to invalidate the results of the 2020 presidential election.
We were getting ready to win this election. Frankly, we did win this election.
Prosecutors were also said to be looking into the finances of Save America, according to NPR. In 2019, Trump was fined $2 million for allegedly misusing donor funds of the Political Action Committee, according to the New York State Attorney General. While Daniels plays only one small part in the case, it's pretty remarkable that her story has had so much influence. Over the years, Stormy Daniels has faced some heinous accusations. Now that Donald Trump has been indicted, her narrative is being given the attention it deserves. It's hard to imagine just how much hate mail Daniels is receiving right now from supporters of the 45th president, but luckily it doesn't seem to faze her.
I have nothing to hide.
On Twitter in March 2023, she retweeted a crass meme featuring a composite image of Trump riding her like a horse, in which the user asked her, "This you?" She smartly responded, "It is," giving him a ride straight to jail. See how sweet I am?
I'm done being bullied. Done.
Following news of Trump's indictment, Daniels posted another message to her supporters on Twitter, writing, "Thank you to everyone for your support and love. I have so many messages coming in that I can't respond. Also don't want to spill my champagne." When a Twitter user asked Daniels why she was seemingly so obsessed with the former president, she didn't miss a beat, joking, "I only respond when he posts about me or talks about me on TV, and only a fraction of that. He probably watches my movies on repeat, which may be why he has so many typos." While the road ahead is sure to be bumpy, Stormy Daniels may just be savvy enough to handle anything life throws at her.